We are open and honest, mature women here on this platform, opening up for, people that are like us that hide our emotions all the time. And I am Ashley Dukes.
My name is Ashanti Stroman, CEO and founder of Grants the Green. I am honored and privileged to be here. I hope you guys tune in often. We have a lot of great things coming. As she said, a lot of us hold a lot of things subconsciously and consciously. So we're bringing this platform to you in hopes to share knowledge and provide an outlet for people like ourselves who deal with things in the daily can come here and just decompress, get it all out in a safe place.
Safe place circle. So Ashanti and I are friends from high school, and we were pretty cool in high school, but everybody had their own lives. We went off to college and then came back and found each other on Instagram. And we found out that we were very similar. Like at first we were doing the same or similar like motivational videos, and then we're like, listen, recently we're just like, let's do something. So this is the birth of
Romance and Chop Talk, and really prime example of two entrepreneurs who actually went to school with each other, knew each other in real life, and I wouldn't say stop talking, but just lost contact.
mm-hmm.
She's married now. Like a lot of things have changed. I went off and played rugby. Like we did a lot of different things, and really, that's a part of the title. Like hidden emotions, you forget special gems that were in your life because they're not active, but that's not really true. It's just things happen and the world comes full circle. So I think there's no coincidence. Like during COVID, it's such a COVID thing, like link back up with somebody you know. And now we're about to bring a podcast that I believe, correction, that I know is going to change a lot of people's lives. If they allow it to. That's what this is about. If it allow it to, because y'all have nothing to do right now. It's literally quarantine. Might as well come into the end. So, yep.
I think it's perfect that it's during quarantine because the Zoom thing is in now.
Sure.
And I'm in Virginia and you're in Florida. So normally we like, we're going to do a podcast and be on Zoom. That's kind of weird. But now that the pandemic is here, it's like, okay, we can do this and it's not going to be weird and it could stay this way.
It's the only tool we have, right? So let's just utilize it. Yep.
Okay, so I guess we can first start off by going more in depth of who we are. And then we can, just like how we did on the Instagram chat that we did a couple of weeks ago. That was last week, a couple of weeks ago.
Felt like yesterday.
That was a couple of days ago.
We've been like, so what, we've been in contact for maybe, I guess you could say like a year now. Have we been following each other? But in real contact the last 6 months because she has been helping my skin. You know what I mean? She's a skin like alchemist. Don't sleep on that. We'll look into that way later. But this woman, we spoke maybe 4 days ago, and she was like, "Oh, let's do a podcast." And now we're doing it literally the next time we spoke. So ASAP, and I think that's very funny how she said it was a couple weeks ago.
Couple of days. 72 hours.
All right, so first topic. Give it to him, Ashley. What are we talking about?
Do you want to go into like how we did last time, like what started our business, or do you want to just go straight to the?
I also have the list of the long bullet point just of self-development that we have.
So for background, we went over, we talked to chop it up and get details, and we actually went into some of our stories, and we realized that we're probably just going to have like 1 or 2 topics per episode because it's so much packed down between my background and Ashanti's background. We have a lot going on and a lot we don't express on the often.
Not at all. Not at all. Nowhere near it.
And we were saying how like we're both very like outgoing and like happy, and we joke all the time, but at the same time, deep down, we be hurt.
Antisocial extroverts. It's very.
I don't understand it.
Even though I can speak for Ashley also, we say what we mean and we mean what we say. That's been since '94. What year were you born? Are we the same?
95.
Okay, so just another tidbit. But yeah, originally we spoke when we came up with this conception of, hey, let's start a podcast. We talked about like mental health, self-identity, self-worth, self-love, trauma, family background, relationships. It's a whole nine. Oh, 9 to 5 versus entrepreneurs.
You want to get into that first? We can get into that first. So, B. Simone, and this is not to bash another woman. I still support B. Simone. I still follow her. All that stuff. That's
Oh,
baby boy. You know,
wait, one more time. Hit it one more time.
baby boy.
Yo!
What are you doing?
B. Simone told us something serious. Like, she should trademark that quick, but it just.
I feel like she has. I think she has already. I feel like she
all
might
of
as
it,
well.
boyfriend, baby boy, all of that. She need to collect, cause yeah.
I'm pretty sure she did, and if she didn't, then shoot.
Oh, be surprised.
But
Cardi B to do a good, like it took people using it for her to be like,
you
oh,
don't really know what's a hit until it hit.
exactly, literally until the fan.
Boom, another gem. Keep going because you never know what's gonna be your hit in life. Because the stuff that people sleep on is really what the masses really like. Anywho, B. Simone, she was talking about people with she can't be with a man that has a 9 to 5 job because he wouldn't understand the hustle and why she's up at 3 a.m. doing this and that. And basically that's it in a nutshell. I guess people were thinking like she's putting down people that work a 9 to 5, and then other people were like, well, it makes sense because she probably wants someone that has the same exact mindset as her. So what's your opinion?
Well, I have a lot of opinions about it. I know, honestly, I really do. My first opinion is I think it was the delivery. Because I think how it was delivered and then the timing, like nobody wants to admit it, but everybody is in a sensitive state of mind. Understood. Like from everyone, I don't care what shape, size you like. If you are not hiding from your emotions, you are in a sensitive state of mind because a lot of things are going on. So just as an influencer, one, I would just be veering away from just making opinionated comments because I just don't think it's the right time to be doing that. So so they wouldn't have got me in that position to speak about something like that, especially in a time like this where a lot of people are unemployed and a lot of businesses are suffering. So that's my first opinion. It's like wrong time, wrong place. And then my second opinion is, I guess it's like at this point, wrong person, because then the later news that followed that, he brought my attention to with right after she made this comment verbatim, it was like a 2-minute video, I guess, with Nick Cannon. I'm not sure on the platform. I saw it on Instagram, and she went to proceed to say, yeah, like just very dramatically how, yeah, she just can't do it, which I understand. Like that person won't match her energy. So I should keep 5. And then a couple of days later, people were accusing her all over the internet of her book, ironically called Manifest. So my opinion is, just watch what you say, watch how you say it, and watch when you say it. And also match your tonality. Like me personally, I can give an example. If I was in a relationship and I know I'm cheating, I wouldn't be talking about cheating at the table. I wouldn't bring that type of light. You don't want. So that's my opinion. Just watch what you say and watch how you say it. I love B. Simone, but yeah, she definitely put her foot on her mouth. I'm gonna just keep it a buck, 100. Yeah. We all do it. I have plagiarized before. I have in school. I will not sit here and tell tales. Like,
see, I get that. I get the plagiarism part because we all did it, but we all knew how to do it at the same time. So when you plagiarize, to bring some of this, put it in your own words, baby girl. Like she put the okay, first back to the 9 to 5. I think she was kind of trying to put down 9 to 5 workers as if it wasn't equivalent to an entrepreneur. But I guess she wasn't thinking about, I think she was probably thinking about like McDonald's worker, like fast food versus an entrepreneur. But like there's 9 to 5 jobs that make more than entrepreneurs on a daily basis. And they also grind in the same sense too. But
I didn't get that. I feel like she wasn't trying to say anything. She said exactly what she said. She specifically said, like, I prefer an entrepreneur. Matter of fact, at this point, all I want is an entrepreneur. And I get that to understand. It's like, to me, it's like an athlete would want an athlete because I'm only an athlete with a fan. Like, yeah, I have a game practice. I'm ready to lay down in the bed and just ice all day. No, I just got off work. I'm excited. I want to go to happy hour, go out. So I think it's really about energy. I think that's pretty much religion. Like maybe, and I hate to even bring up religion. Well, I don't say I hate that. But if you are marrying somebody who doesn't believe in God, and you do, that is going to create different factors and different energies throughout the entire relationship. If they believe in God and you don't. So if somebody believes in just 9 to 5, that's when I'm working. And anytime after that, I don't have to push it to work. And she doesn't want that. I agree with that.
I think she also isn't paying attention to the fact that because she thinks that the grind is different. Like he won't have the same mindset, the grind for work. I'm like, I don't know, but if she prefers that, that's what she prefers, right? That's cool. But just like you said, the delivery was off.
You say, yeah. See, I've learned just how people digest things, like having a psychology degree. Your delivery is big. It doesn't matter what you said. And first of all, be sure that people are ready to receive that. So once you're an influencer, like I've ever become somebody with a lot of eyes on me, I'm really going to be aware of what I say because your words can literally just take you out before you even make it up.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what, like, I'm not even going to say when I become big, I don't think I could do interviews because even with a simple conversation, I can go back later and be like, dang, I should have said this. This is what I really, like, I couldn't find the words at that moment, but this is what I really meant. But they probably took it a different way and it's too late. So I don't think I could do interviews. I just know myself that much. Like, this podcast, I feel like we're going to see because my words sometimes, in my head, that's what I mean, but you can't really help how people receive it. So just like, I don't know.
All you can really do to what you said, in my opinion, is be confident in what you said and stand behind it. Even if it didn't formulate exactly how you wanted it to come out, didn't lay out exactly how you projected it to be. Always speak from your heart and stand up for what you said. Because when you speak from your heart, you really don't have to worry about defending what you said. Like, look, I said what I said. I mean, that's why I literally made a few decisions the last. Like, I didn't always do that. And I learned when you speak from your heart, you can't go wrong.
That's true. Is there a way you can get closer to your computer? Because I'm having a hard time hearing.
Better now? Is that better? No?
A little bit.
Let me see something.
You have any like earbuds or something, like headphones? Let's see, because I want to show up. Do I sound good?
Dang, I wish I knew how to.
Wait, what did you just do? That sounded good. What are you doing? What's that?
What, this right here?
Yeah, you didn't do anything?
No, I mean, I did minimize the screen. Yeah, that's all. Like, I did unmute it and mute it back. So does it sound better now?
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I just need to mute it and unmute it. That's strange. But heck, it is what it is. It works. 6 seasons. On spot. Yeah, so that's my take on a 9 to 5. I agree with her. I want somebody who matches my vibrational frequency. Not about 9 to 5. I feel guilty about being up 3 a.m. because you want to watch TV and I want to read a book. So that's kind of how I agree. Not saying I agree with her, but I'm assuming that's what she meant, and that's what I'm choosing to back up.
I think she did mean it that way, but it was just so many factors of it that are off with like the grind and the money, and I think it was just the grind and money. Maybe it probably wasn't too many aspects, but I think she just I don't think she knew the entirety of 9 to 5. I could just say that she doesn't understand that 9 to 5 does not mean broke.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and then the plagiarizing thing is, if you're gonna steal it, okay, first of all, it's wrong to steal. Okay, I'm gonna say that for the kids watching.
Not saying everybody feels, but is this real or is this just salty women? Right?
The plagiarizing part or the 95 part?
The plagiarizing. I saw the 9 to 5, but we don't even know if these people are telling the truth. This can be people who she's done wrong before. You know what I mean? Like, I don't be getting into that because that's like he say, she say.
Oh no! They took pictures from someone's book, and then they had B. Simone's book right next to it. Let me find it. I think I have it. The same exact stuff, same format, same font. Let me find it. Let me find it. It was on Twitter. That's why on Instagram isn't. They don't really show too much, but Twitter.
I guess it's true. I mention it because she's such a light, and she's just been soaring so high, and it just sucks that this is the
okay.
Baby video and everything, you know, a lot.
Here is, maybe I need to turn my brightness down. Let's try that. You see the side by side?
Yeah, another page. Yeah, that's a simple thing.
The same, the hearts, the font, the exact words, and then here's another one.
And another one.
Same exact.
But that's just unbelievable because she is literally intelligent. We all know that. So
it's like, ma'am, I don't.
Who would do that? You got 13-year-olds that know to change the font, move the words around. Like, come on.
Ooh.
It's just so unbelievable.
Yes, but to top it off, she posted a video. I don't remember where it is. I'm not sure if she still has it on her page, but she was basically saying that she's not a writer. She didn't write the book per se. She hired a team to write the book. And she's basically blaming the team, but at the same time saying, you guys, I'm accepting all accountability, even though it wasn't my fault. Like she put, I accept accountability, even though it wasn't my fault. And I'm just like, if this is your name,
accountability, she's shifting it.
If this is your name, are you not going over the book? Are you not making sure? First of all, why you putting a book out if you're not writing it? That's what I think. But people do all the time. People hire authors to write their book. But you're supposed to be like hands-on, like this is what I want in there. Make my ideas come to.
I get that from you don't feel like typing perspective, right? Because I always say that. I'm like, if I write a book, I'm gonna just talk to the person and they type it. But in the hidden closet control that I am, it's like, no, that's not happening. I'm writing my own book. They just like, I will definitely go to somebody for grammar. Like, please proofread that thing, please.
I think the only thing, I don't want to stay on this too long, but the only thing that bothered me was that I take accountability, but it wasn't my fault. And now she's like, there's legal issues and everything going on with her. She's suing her team, and then the people that they stole the books from are suing the team. So it's just a lot of mess, and I'm just like, listen, do your stuff. Make sure you double check, because even though it wasn't her fault, her name is on it.
So it was like a backhand, honorable thing. I take accountability, but this doesn't have to do with me. Yeah.
She said that like 3 times in that thing. She was like, yeah, I respect accountability. I take all the accountability. It's all my fault. But it was the team that messed up. Like,
don't worry, B. Simone. You're still mine. Just kidding.
See, and you know what? I don't want to get too much into it because even like her other businesses, I mean, it's drop shipping. So it's not like it's yours, but it is yours. Mm-hmm. But I don't even want to get into that because a lot of people drop ship, and I was thinking I'm probably going to drop ship because you know what drop shipping is, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So people were going too extreme, like trying to attack her on that end. I'm just like, that makes sense because that's what people do. That's what people do in business. That's what a lot of Wayfair, all these big brands, that's what they drop ship all the time. So you can't.
The people what drop shipping is. Tell them exactly.
So drop shipping is basically you have people in China, like they make watches or jewelry or even hair. Hair vendors, all these vendors, it's kind of drop shipping because they make the product and then they say they charge like $12 for a watch, and you want to drop ship. So that $12 watch, you can up the price to 25. You're paying them $12, and you get the profit. 25 minus 12. I don't want to mess up the math on the internet, so I'm just not gonna do it. And then that profit is yours, but you're selling it like it's yours, even though you didn't make it.
Pretty much like a legal. It's literally a legal
way to steal.
Yeah, it's legal flipping online commerce, like pretty much. But that's why I kind of messy. I haven't dabbled in it at all. I was thinking about it with just recent things, but I'm gonna just keep everything.
Yeah. I mean, I respect drop shipping because it's a way to, I mean, if someone, because bigger brands do it. So if you still are drop shipping and you have a cheaper price than bigger brands, then you still have your profit and it's still going to, you know, a small business, then I'm cool with that.
I feel like it's still cheaper to just cut the middleman out. Like, just put it on Amazon yourself. Like, yeah, it won't get the same, like, clout, I guess I could say. Like, it's a better traffic. Like, the shipping costs and stuff. But yeah, I get it. They already have the platform out. You don't have to worry about all that. They can just get it off the people. But I don't know.
And with drop shipping, you're still paying the people that make it.
Yeah.
But with plagiarizing, you just snatching. Yeah. So
it's not for me. And I want to lie on the internet and say hospital, but it stopped in college sometimes. Because sometimes, you know, I just.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I stole stuff in college.
Yeah.
My degree is the internet. Okay. My degree is Quizlet.
No. Hell, I wish mine was. I earned that. College kicked my. The last 2 years kicked my black behind.
Oh, it kicked me, but I had help.
No, me too. I utilized. We didn't cheat. We utilized all our resources to the best of our abilities.
If someone gonna post their note cards, I'm gonna have it just in case my note's not enough.
The first week of class, I'm gonna have a buddy, male and female, people who sit in the front, people I can tell never gonna miss a class. Like, utilize all your resources, study groups, study buddies. You just get together to cheat, not cheat, but yes, stuff just to answer.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously.
Okay, so off of B Simone, do your thing, baby girl. First topic was it self-care or was it self-worth? That's the same one. Self-worth, right?
It was mental health.
Mental health. Okay, we can start there. So mental health, I always say that with every single person, whatever issues they have, it comes from their childhood, their upbringing, who hurt them, whatever they went through in their life comes from their childhood. And I want to express how important it is to have how important mental health is, and how unhealthy it is for people in the Black community to think that it's like, I don't know, what's the word?
Taboo, dirty, like, oh, we're excluded from that. Like, we don't have problems.
Yeah. So we can pray away a mental illness or something like that. Like, don't face it, but pray about it.
Give it to God. Like, God can't take everything. Some stuff on accountability. Some stuff is really on you. You have to take accountability.
Your sound. What happened to your home? Let me see. Go ahead. Talk.
Can you hear me now?
It's really low. What is happening?
Let me just get my headphones. I don't know. I really didn't want to have the headphones on, but I'm gonna have to check that out. I've never had problems with the sound before.
I know Zoom does some stuff. I watch a lot of Zooms, and sometimes audio is good, sometimes it's not.
Can you hear me now?
Barely.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and I grew up where if something's wrong with you, you just pray about it. You don't really try to figure out what it is. You don't dive deep into what's wrong with you. It's just like, well, God will fix it. But I, although I do believe in God, it's like you have to face every single thing that has happened to you, whether you like it or not. And I think that dealing with your mental health and trying to become better mentally is so hard that people just try to stray away from it at all costs. So, yeah, we're promoting, make sure you, I don't even know. You good?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you a little better, but it's still low. What is going on?
That's crazy. Let me test my speaker microphone. Yeah, I hear myself.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you hear me?
Yeah.
That's strange. I mean, in the beginning, like it asked me to test my audio, but I didn't feel like I had to. If it, like I thought I test it only if it's broken. But I will always test my audio. So I feel like I don't even need these now, but I'm gonna just keep it for the time being.
Okay.
But for the future, I will test my audio every time because listen, I don't understand. So yeah, mental health. Were you? Yeah. Like I knew where you were. I didn't know if you were done. I don't want to catch you in the middle of thought. You know what I mean?
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. You got it.
No matter. Wow. If you guys stay here this long, I also commend you because that's awesome. Because this is really, this is golden stuff, and it's only going to get better, literally, as we progress. Yeah, I totally agree with what Ashley is saying. We both obviously have been raised in a Black culture, specifically a Black home too. That's a different thing. You can still be in a Black culture, but not in a Black home. I mean, like a African American home, like solid. Like it's my house. Like literal sayings that your mom say. I brought you in this world. I'll take you out. That's like physically, literally true. So that's what I mean by a real. Like we were in the same household. If that's the thing you want to say, I totally agree. It's to the point where I think the mental health kind of dwindles into the lack of self-love in a lot of African Americans, males specifically, like how a Black man still feels like he can't cry. If he cried, now he's weak, versus somebody who got a degree in psychology is actually the opposite. Any human being that can be vulnerable, you're actually pretty strong, pretty brave. So it's a lot of different things that I believe we all suffer from mental health. And I think it's something that African Americans should stop ignoring. I know some celebrities are just starting to make it not a nasty word, but it's been like decades and eons of, oh, you'll be okay. Like literally sweep under the rug. Like that's fine. What goes on in the house stays in the house. That is a saying that will not be in my house. Like that is so wrong.
So wrong. Like, and then in those same houses, it's like, this is not an open environment.
Right.
Like it's gonna stay in the house, but it's just
you gonna call so and tell them that you think it's okay. And then when these same bricks that you're laying down to your children or your husband, whomever, when they bring that outside of the house, then it's a problem. If whatever goes into the house stays in the house, then don't get upset when your child carries that same stigma. What goes on in school stays in the school. What goes on with me and this little boy in the car stays in the car, because that's what you're teaching the brain. So what you're really telling your family, the ones you love, when you have an experience, do not share that with others. Just experience it and just be done with it. That was that experience. Don't question it. Don't manipulate it. Don't unpack it. Don't heal it. Don't talk about it. Just accept it.
And that's how mental issues start, because it's
building blocks. Yep. Building blocks. Yeah.
You stuff it, and then the next thing that happens, you stuff until you go crazy. I don't even like the word crazy, but until you lose it, basically.
Or you either lose it, that's just great. You literally lose it or lose yourself. I hate to even get into that subject, but that goes into stuff like mass school shooting. People just don't wake up wanting to shoot a whole school up. Like it just doesn't work like that. Not color. I definitely believe a lot of these unnecessary murders, these symbolic murders, stems with mental health and lack of communication and self-love and support in the community, having a safe haven. Like you can't communicate with the people who influence you on a daily, who literally feed you, birth you, then How you get the confidence to share your hidden emotions with others? People who really can probably stab you in the back, or people who don't have your best interests. So yeah, it's definitely a big one. I think we're going to talk about that a lot on here. I feel
That's
that.
the basis, man. Because
Yeah.
mental health is not something. It's not something that you just get over with and you don't deal with it ever again. It's a fight every single day. Every morning you wake up, you have to choose which way.
Mind frame, right? And you hit the nail on the head. It's like, if you don't deal with it, hear me this. If you guys don't hear anything, like, yeah, we've been laughing. This is a great environment, but these are some gems that you really want to unlock in yourself. A lot of us are in denial too. If you don't deal with it, it will deal with you.
Whew.
I don't care who you are, how many accolades you have, how far you've driven, how far you're running away from it. You know, workaholics, sexaholics, abusing all types of drugs. Eventually, it's literally the saying, every dog has their day. That's, I mean, it. And when it get hope to you in that moment.
Yeah, I watch a YouTube channel. It's called Soft White Underbelly, and it's like he interviews like pimps, prostitutes, whatever drug addicts. He
so people who live in that street life, they're out there on their own and they just
on
going through life.
On Skid Row. So he has a tent set up, and they just come in, and he'll pay them, like, you know, just to eat or whatever, because they're all homeless. So he interviews them, and 99% of them had abuse when they were kids, whether physical, mental, sexual, and they all ended up on Skid Row. So that goes to show kids, like when we are kids, we are at the most vulnerable state ever, and that's where the mental issues start. And as a parent, like, with what happens in this house stays in the house, I try to have any line of communication with my kids, like, make sure they're comfortable, like, not even in the Black community, like forcing your kids to like hug relatives that they don't want to hug, or like speak to or hang out with people they don't want to hang out with. It's just like you're showing them, like, what I feel doesn't really matter.
Go against yourself. Yeah. Put others first. Yeah.
I learned that the hard way. Go ahead.
Another thing too, like, I know you mentioned all the abuses. People always undermine verbal abuse. I believe verbal abuse is one of, if not, and I'm a victim of it, I believe it's one of the most profound ones to me. Like, I honestly rather somebody punch me dead in my, because words linger. Like, I really just lean me. Like, and maybe I could say that because like, I've experienced both. So it's like, for me personally, not saying everybody else. I don't want to offend anybody's out there, because I'm
just laughing because you said lean.
I'm being so, because words, it's not, sometimes it's not about how you say it, but it's who it comes from. The right person say the wrong thing, that it's just,
yeah, because
it's really unbearable.
Words will never hurt me. Words be hurting. Words right there. Like, whatever and your inner voice starts with your people that you're around when you were younger. So those words that they speak into you are going to be right here. So words are very powerful. Speaking with your tongue, like, your tongue is
it's the strongest tool. That's how I want to say clear, because just like we were speaking in the beginning with B. Simone, watch what you say, how you deliver. Be clear. I think they all are terrible. I'm saying, me personally, not that we all prefer any abuse. I'd rather us not endure any abuse of any sort.
Right.
If I had to, since I have experienced all of them, honestly, I think verbal, to me, that's by far the most impactful one to me. Like, I still got some words still binging, like, to this moment, like, just lingering. So, yeah,
your mental health words are in there, in your mental space.
It's literally information in your brain. That's the food. Words are food to your brain. Yeah, but even thoughts too. Your own thoughts too. You can verbally abuse yourself. I'm going, oh, I can't do this. You're so all that stuff you say under your tongue, all that stuff you think in your head. That's what you're programming your body to do. Your ego is eating off of that, and your ego loves to take negativity and make it something that it's not. Like, your ego is waiting for you to say some just horrendous junk to yourself because you think nobody's listening. So
that's real.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
forgot what I was gonna say, but oh yeah. Even like
Oh yeah. Man,
even
you goofy, man. I can't do it. Even
I am very forgetful. So sometimes I'm like, oh, that's what
no, I
I'm
get
saying. I'm
you.
like, see.
And we are going off on tangents. And we both, well, I know I'm a scatterbrain, but in the best way. I'm a controlled scatterbrain.
We're the
Like,
same.
yeah.
I don't know if like we what a year when your birthday? A year we
October 18,
so we
94.
almost a year apart.
Yeah. It was just
Dang.
like literally night and day, maybe day and night, and then it switched. No, but we're gonna get it. We're gonna have footnotes. We're gonna make an introduction, and y'all just gonna see the be like, ooh, by episode
Yeah, this
4,
is
it's
our
gonna be
first.
like, whoa.
This is the little, hey, we new to this. So
Right. Safe space circle. Who is you? Like hey, that's lit. SSC. Oh, I'm about to start branding, boy.
yeah, but what I was gonna say, even words that aren't geared towards you can hurt you. So
Yeah.
personal story. My mom, when I was younger, like she was, I don't know, at one point she was very fit, and then she, life got to her, and then
about.
she, out of shape, and she was like, she always look at herself like, I wish I was this, I wish I was smaller, like all the negatives in her head she was saying out loud. And she has 3 girls, and we're looking at her and we're like, oh, well, maybe if she doesn't like how she looks, I don't like how I look either. Like, I'm trying to tell my mom that she's beautiful. She's like, oh, no, but I need to lose this. I need to do that. So in my head, it was like, that's the same for me. So when I was in middle school, I was chubbier, and I was like, my self-esteem, I don't even know what a self-esteem was in middle school, because it was just like, I was the same way. Like, I need to lose weight. I need to be smaller. I had cousins that were older than me, and I was bigger than them, and they didn't help. And it was just like, the self-love aspect didn't come until later in my life.
Right.
And lack of self-love makes you more susceptible to abuse.
Wow. And you also had to unlearn that way of thinking, because like you said, when you're a child, you are a sponge, so you absorb what's around you. Typically, it's not to blame family, but that's who's around you. That's your only influence besides school at that point. So you had to unlearn that also, So.
And also had to realize that my mom didn't know that she was doing that internally to me. She was just like, parents don't really know. They just do the best that they can and
living their life.
Like, something like that. You wouldn't think like your kid is gonna see that and not love herself. It's just
right.
But at the same time, it's just a chain. My mom didn't love how she looked. Then what else? What you expect? So now my kids, I'm like, you're handsome, you're intelligent, you're smart. Like, I make him say it sometimes, and then he'll just come to me. He's like, Mom, you're so beautiful. And then we just do the back and forth. So we know in our heads, like, we have to start when they're small, because no, I will not have my kids go through what I went through.
Literally a cycle. Like, that's literally what recycling is. Like, negativity begets negativity. Okay, so what's the opposite of that? Positivity begets positivity. And you really you give what you get. That's what anything. So yeah, that's beautiful actually. And it's definitely not common, but I believe we're all trying. Like, and that's why we're doing things like this, to educate people, so you guys don't have to run into the same walls that we kept repeatedly running to after, at least myself, after I got complete intuition and complete red flags. I still make excuses for people. You know what I mean? Think for them. Love enough for you and me. Like everything is not a sport. Like, I shouldn't be working as hard in life, especially dealing with love, as I did with sports, like my whole life. Like, that shouldn't be. Love shouldn't be a playing field. That's when you're supposed to just be able to let all your guards down. There's no offense and defense. So I definitely agree with you on that. That's awesome also, that you speak in life into your children. I think that's very important. I think that should be like the motto of this: speak life over your people you love. Especially in these days. Seriously, call somebody even if you can't get to them. Speak life over it. If you want to see it flourish, speak life, because you never know what people are dealing with. Like, asking myself, I'm the type. Anybody who knows me should know. I can be drowning, but I'm like I'm here. Like, you wouldn't know, like, because that's just not me, because how I was taught. what stays in the house, this is my house. So what's going on in here, I feel like I can't drop that on my friends. To me, I don't love Ashley if I just call Ashley. I can't do this anymore like that. I feel like I'm not being a good friend. I'm just sitting and I'm just dumping all this stuff on her.
Mm-hmm. And then you don't want to be like the center of attention, but like you don't want to have them
a burden or put that energy on you.
Yeah.
For you to really feel or for you to acknowledge like, yeah, this is painful. You shouldn't have to deal with this. It's like, no, like that is terrible self-love. Like you're so hurt. You don't even want to use the good love you have because of what? You really you don't even know why. It's just, you're so programmed. So to synthesize to just eating guilt and shame and hurt of yourself and others by yourself, you don't even, embrace the hug that's ready to hold you. So yeah, speak life of the people you love. Seriously.
And that's the wild thing. That's the wild thing, because we not only, the people that are like us are the ones that everyone comes to for advice, right? So you have your stuff here, and then you have everybody else issues, and like you're the go-to for everybody else, but you have no one to go to yourself. And that has to be the saddest story. There's whenever,
or we don't utilize it, and then when we do get those people, we don't utilize it because they're so used to not having anything. So
then trust,
right? So when it
so
falls,
many layers,
right? When it falls right into you, looking like,
hold on, this is too easy.
You wanna be here for me? I can cry on your shoulder. I can lean on you, like.
And one thing about us is like, you're not gonna catch us slacking. You will not be sharing my business with nobody else. So if I don't want nobody to know, then it's just gonna have to stay here. And though we like laughing, it's not healthy.
And it's crazy, like it almost happened. So guarded, you won't even allow it to happen. I don't know how I feel like that, but I agree with you. Like, I'm not just about to be having best friends. So if we do fall out, you're gonna turn into the little child that you are and just pa la la la. Nah.
Because we know that we're solid in ourselves, and there's not that many solid people in this world.
It's not.
So
I don't even say, at this point, I used to use that word a lot also too, but I'm starting to think it's not a lot of overall wellness people. And that's really how I came that's what I really came into my personal business of Grind to the Green. Like, none of us are well. I really thought it was just like, African-American, like how we do things, how it's like literally African-American woman's job is to pretty much carry the weight of the world on her. Like, nobody wants to talk about it, but I said it, and say as you must, because as we said earlier, I say what I mean and I mean what I say. So I'm going to stand behind that. Anybody ready to come at me and have a nice debate, because I really do believe that. I've seen it firsthand. My mother, like literally, my grandmother, Ashley, and it's actually not healthy. Don't convince me to think it's healthy. Like it's not. It's honorable. It's resilient. It's amazing, but it's not healthy, and it's not longevity. It's not longevity at all.
We the ones that out of nowhere, it's like we break down. It's like, oh, I didn't expect to be you because you're always happy and you're always that kind of person. But even back to what you said, Black women have to be strong for everybody. I saw an article today. There was a famous surgeon, and back in when there were slaves, he used to operate on Black women with no anesthetics, nothing, just straight up. Like,
did you catch his name? Did you catch this so they can fact check this? I want to go see what this is about.
I put it on my story. Let me find it really quick.
Oh, perfect.
I be putting everything on my story these days because it's a lot that we don't know.
Shout out your Instagram so they can go check that. Like, we want to keep this real time. Like
Ashley XO Simone is my Instagram. It's the same for YouTube.
Guys, go check that out. I know I'm going to. Cause baby, let me tell you, no anesthesia. Sheesh.
So this is the picture that I saw.
Wow. I gotta check that.
And then James Marion Sims is the doctor's name.
James Marion Sims. Okay.
It says he perfected his surgical techniques by operating without anesthesia on enslaved Black women because he believed Black women didn't feel pain.
See?
It starts there because not only do stuff like this, but then we are also the ones that are like repairing, I guess, the men, black men. We're always going to be black men, and the black men are discombobulated because of race and the racial, the systemic racism and all that stuff. So we're all, it's like all of it. Then we got the kids, then we got, it's just a lot. And it comes down from generation to generation. What you see is what you do. What you see is what you do. What you see is what you do.
And honestly, labels can only be put on you if you allow it to. That goes to just how it's like, what stays in the house, what happens in the house stays in the house. Women are to be seen, not heard. So it's like, maybe those labels will put them, but the fact that these labels are still thriving and still a thing, we're going to have, that's on us as black women. No, it's not my job to make your meal, do your clothes, make sure you're okay, make sure you go to the doctor, make sure no, it should really be gender neutral at this point. Whatever, it's like, let's just love each other and be a unit. It's not oh, you the woman, so you have these tasks, or you the man, so you have this task.
I think it's perfect in the time that we're in.
I think everybody should just drop the gender roles. When you find somebody you love, do your best. Be 100 if you can be. In a perfect world, that'd be great. Be 100, be happy, and then just add value to somebody. Literally just want to speak life into someone. But I think
with a relationship is like, you can't just say, like, each relationship is different. You have to have your own rules, your own
understandings,
your own blueprint for your relationship. You can't look at somebody else's relationship or look at how people did it back in the day, because those are two different people. Like, you and your partner are totally different people from anyone else in this world. So you know yourself, you know your partner. And that's where self-love comes in, because like you said earlier, you were like, what did you say? I love you more than, what did you say? I love you more than I love myself. No, you didn't say that.
No, I'd be doing that too. It'll come to you. I wish I could try to.
I love you enough for the both of us.
Okay. Did I? That sounds like something, but did I say enough for the both of us?
Because in a relationship, when you...
Yeah, like you should love yourself fully 100%. And then
100% before you get with someone. And not saying that every single relationship will be like that, because mine wasn't.
Right.
Which made it hard, because we had to learn to love ourselves and then
first.
Yeah, and it's hard.
But see, that's beautiful. But see, like once you already have the connection, but the fact that you both were willing, ready, and able, now it's time to go to war, literally willing, So, yeah, I think that's important.
I think the you have to know what you're worth, because there's a lot of people that go in relationships and they're like, well, he wants me to do this. He wants me to do that. He wants me to do that. And it's like, no.
I mean, that's like you said, that's how we fell into this rabbit hole. That's mental health. It's like, in general, this is probably, kind of crass to say, but I truly believe, especially from what I believe, I have just experienced my first real relationship, like seriously soul-wrenching relationship. It won't work in general if you don't love yourself, point blank, period. I'm sorry to say it. Actually, I'm not sorry. You should be happy to hear it. And if you are in a relationship and if that hit how I know it hit, start working on that now, because eventually it's just going to unveil. Like, and not the I love yourself because, it's right and everything good. You got your job, you got your, whatever you do, whatever makes you feel like you're it. When the lights go off and it's just you alone, and that feeling, we don't have to speak about it. It hit. Sorry.
That emptiness. Like, people love their life, but like, love you. Like, do you love everything?
Last time have you just sit outside and just be? No phone. Don't worry about who's around. Not no $500 shoes on your feet. When the last time you looked at a tree, like literally looked like life around you, the ant, the caterpillars, like just been in the moment outside without any distractions, no Netflix, no nothing, none of that. No iPods, AirPods, drones. Like, when have you just, because there's really so many distractions and we still haven't really taken care of the basic blocks. Like, our minds aren't right. And now we're having real tangible reasons on why our minds shouldn't be right. And I believe that's why a lot of people who are truly sick are using things like this pandemic to just go off and just do ridiculous things.
That's true. Yeah,
So the mental health, without anything, the mental health, it has to be right. I just
go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying. Yeah. And I was just saying, I just started myself. I wasn't always aware. It took me a long time for me to admit that I'm not like a perfect person. I think that's what it really goes down to. We all don't want to admit it, like, and I'm not haughty at all, but it's like self-love is a real thing. Like, even if you don't have that self-love, you still think you know, sugar, honey, iced tea. Like we all do. Let's be real. No, seriously, especially if you actually have something to live for, you have a passion, you're going to feel yourself. Like, that's it. But it took me a while to admit that. Like, actually, my life gave me no choice. It was like, just drop the mic. Like, you know what? Done keeping face for you, Stroman. Like, seriously, I feel like that's literally what my life said to me. Like, you know what? You wrote it out enough. Like, you just kept pushing. No, seriously. So it's not as easy as we're making it seem like we're laughing and easy. No, this is tears. This is losing friends. Like, admitting that you need to fix your mental health, you're pretty much going to be alone. It's not a lonely walk. It's a alone walk. It is an individual thing. Even if you are in a relationship, hopefully you have a partner who is strong enough to accept that you're trying to save yourself so you can have all of this, not to mention this relationship. Like, literally, this is your life. Like, you wanting to get up out of the bed every day. That's a real thing. It's a daily choice, as she mentioned earlier. Ashley said it. Like, you have to choose. To me, life is mental health. That's how I look at it now.
It is. Like, everything,
Wellness.
In order for, like, if you're having a good day, and then in order for you to continue to have a good day, even though bad things happen,
for sure.
It's all mental.
How you react to things, because things are going to happen. Know that. Like, and then it comes to with maturity too. Like, first you have to be an adult to even get in your mental health. You have to be okay with things are never going to go your way. Matter of fact, I'm convinced the more you plan, not saying don't plan, because I'm a planner. The more you plan,
the more God
it's just like, let's go with that. So it's about how you react to things. Seriously, like, come in it knowing that stuff is going to hit the fan, but how am I going to react to it?
Right.
Where's my mind of frame going to go? Where's my mindset going to go? I'm going to go to old habits, or I'm going to stand in who I am. You know, like, are you just going to slap the person who cut, you know, or are you going to just, you know what, I don't like how you just treat me, so I'm going to just remove myself for you and my sake, you know?
It's a literal fight, a literal fist fight. Like, it's your brain, like, parts of your brain are fighting itself.
Detaching from the younger version of you is probably the most draining thing I've ever done in my life. And I literally have been using my body, my mind since 6 years old. Like, and, you know, I think, and I never would imagine that. Like, I remember being in places like, places like Taekwondo, like literally feeling like I wanted to die, like running, jumping, push-ups, like learning that culture, learning, you know, Korean, like, oh, I would never do this again. Things like rugby, like being tackled. But no, none of that is even an immense of just me just unpacking my childhood and me coming to realizations with stuff I have suppressed. Like, seriously, like running miles and miles, like in the rain. Like, to me, it's really unbelievable. And I think that's why a lot of people unconsciously not shy away from it, because you have to acknowledge something to shy from it. They don't even
go.
Like, this one, you know, people are going to watch this and they're going to, it's fun, and they're going to get the mental, they're going to be like, whoop, they're going to click right out. No, honestly, they are. And when they see that we're still talking about it, they're going to click out. That's just how it goes. Like, that's how the ego works. It works the trigger. It's like, something I need, pop, let me get away from that. Oh, something that's going to distract me? Oh, yes, be Simone.
Yeah.
Yes, let's watch this. They clowning her again. Let's do it. Like,
watching YouTube videos to put yourself to sleep.
Literally.
That's a sign. I was there. But I also want to say, although it is a walk alone, just know that you're not the only one.
Right.
We all be out here.
It's a support system.
Struggling, especially with last week with all the stuff that happened in the Black community. Like, I was not okay.
No.
And I was fighting every single day. Like, it's a fight. You have to choose to be happy, because when you're negative, it's just you gonna fall, and then it's much harder to get back up from a negative or depressed downfall versus when you choose to be happy. If you continue to keep climbing
uphill
versus just choosing to fall,
declining,
it's an endless pit.
Because you're gonna keep starting over too, and then sometimes that energy, that start over may not be as easy. You know, every time you start back over, it may just be a little more difficult, a little more challenging.
And when they say rock bottom, I don't even think there's a bottom. I think that if you continue to let yourself fall, it's going to be harder to get to the top because you think there's a bottom. You think,
that just touched my neck.
At some point, I'm going to reach the bottom, but you're just falling deeper and deeper, just like the ocean.
Wow.
Like when you're in deep depths of the ocean, the more you allow yourself to fall, the harder it's going to be to get back to where you were.
And really, oh crap, you know, I'm done with this. Throw the whole human away. That didn't happen, guys.
Listen, we're not perfect.
Rock bottom, right? And I agree though, because it's like, I guess you believe that fallacy because you want to feel again. Like when you're really in the pit and really depressed, you don't even feel, you feel a lot, but you don't really feel anything, like literally. So I think that's what that rock bottom, it's like you ready, like I'm ready. Like, come on, like, do it to me, like, please, sacrifice me right now. Like, just boom. No, seriously, like, everybody waits for, it's a climax, like in a movie. You wait for the boom, like you want the big shot. You keep waiting, the suspenseful music, and it just keeps being suspense. It's like, what is going on? You know, like, what is this? How did I get here?
Until you just keep falling and you realize, dang, I'm deep.
And it's not even about being spiritual. Even if you don't believe, you know, some people don't believe in, you know, the devil, whatever, God, da, da, da. I can only say that because that's not what I believe. I can't think of another word, but like, no, I say the negativity. Forget the devil. Don't let the negativity fool you because your life will fool you that you're okay. Because that's really how it was. I just looked up 2015. I'm like, wait, what? Like, how did I get here? What is this? Like, where is everyone? Why do I feel like this? Why am I doing this? Why do I talk like this? Like, what's going on? Like, why is my life not making me happy? Like, nothing changed. Like, I'm in school. I'm on my team. We're doing good. I have a girlfriend, have a car. Like, what? Like, it's like you just disappear like that quick. It's, I don't know. I can't really explain it. It's very.
And don't you dare think that just because you have things or you're doing great in life that you don't deserve to be unhappy with yourself or with what's going on, because you can have so much in life and still be empty. Just like when people say money doesn't solve your problems, you can have money, you can buy all you need, but you will still be unhappy if you don't face what's going on with you. So you can have it all
and, you know,
and still be empty.
You know, and some of you out there may be thinking like, yeah, but how do I know? The fact, if you have to ask yourself a silent question, which we spoke about being in your head, that's how you know. Like, you have to ask yourself, like, does this apply to me? You have to ask yourself, oh, well, what am I learning from them? They're just venting, because that's another state of, you know, projecting, you know what I mean? Like, the now, it's a lot of different things. Like, oh, this isn't a big deal. Like, no, this is real. We didn't just, like I said, we didn't just get on here for, like, literal and giggles. Like, it's really not funny. I don't know about her, but I have a thing I do when I'm uncomfortable. Like, I laugh. It's like a real life tick, but it's just it's socially acceptable because I don't deem necessary. Like, I don't look like mental health. Ugh, nobody wants to admit that, but that's the thing. It's like, you know. So yeah, that's a tick. So nothing's really funny. At least with me, I won't speak for her. But it is funny, but that's what I do. I've noticed it. I just come to realization of that, like the last year. I always say I'm goofy, which I am goofy, but sometimes I be laughing and nothing be funny. Like it, I'm laughing, but it's like in my head, I'm like, it's just size of me. Yeah. So if you have to ask yourself that, I just wanted to say that, you know, just don't ask yourself, just know you owe yourself to learn yourself. Because mental health isn't a bad thing. It's really just knowing yourself, knowing who you are now that you've been through all you've been through. That's really what it is. It's literally a mental check-in. And that's when it becomes mental health, because you get used to just checking in on yourself because there's so much distractions, your kids, family, deadlines, bosses, you know, car accidents, eating. Like, it's so many things that keeps us going. We forget to just check in where it all starts, you know?
And I will say, I'll add that one way to know is that if you always have a distraction, if you need a distraction
Right.
every second of the day, like whether it's working, music all the time, or like podcasts all the time,
That's a big one for
YouTube, like it's always something going on so that you don't have to think, like, or
further suppressing those thoughts, something that's keeping that stuff blocked from surfacing.
Or you can't be by yourself. If you can't be by yourself and think your thoughts, like I used to hate going to sleep because that was the time where it was quiet. And that was the time where I had to listen to all the trauma that's in my head. So I used to watch YouTube videos. I used to have the TV on. I used to have everything on because I did not want to hear myself.
Wow.
That's when I didn't know it then, but thinking back, that's how you would know if it's you.
I did not sleep. I thought it was, and I took that as a badge of honor. Like, yeah, because I'm a grinder, you know, like I'm an athlete. I don't need to sleep. I'm just going, which is actually very poor recovery, hence more susceptible to mental health. You know, because you exerting your body, and then you have the audacity to not even feed your mind, get along your body. But yeah, wow. Me and my mom used to joke about that. Like, yeah, she don't sleep, even in daycare. Y'all gotta find, you know, something for me to do. I'm brushing hair. I'm helping the teacher with their grades. They're sending me on errands. Like, I did not nap. I literally started napping in college. I promise you guys. Like, I would not. The only time I would sleep is if I was sick as a dog. I had no choice. Like, that's it. Wow. Yeah, never took a nap a day in my life until probably like 2017. Because I guess that makes sense. It's like around all those years, my body just was, I had no choice. It's like, my gosh, what is this? I just keep falling asleep in the middle of the day. What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
I never thought about it like that. You don't, because I don't dream either. I'm pretty sure that's a lot. I recently started dreaming after my grandmother passed last year. And I used to always talk about it. I'm like, dang, I don't dream. My grandma used to always tell me, child, you just forgetting. And I'm like, no, I'm not forgetful, grandma. I'm telling you, I don't dream. Never, like never. But when my grandma passed, now a year later, I just started dreaming. And it is the most detailed dreams. Like, I see my family. I see my family's houses. It's really weird.
So do you dream, like, do you remember your dreams every night?
Not every night. It's my first time having dreams, but it's like seldom. I don't dream every night. But
me either. It's very rare. Yeah. Like, it has to be, and sometimes it'd be a waste of remembering the dream because it'd be so.
But see, that's my thing. Like, how do you know you remembered on purpose? Like, how do you know that was a cognitive choice? Like,
some people are that in tap with their brain.
Themselves.
Yeah, my best friend, she can think about what she wants to dream about before she goes to sleep and dreams about it, and she can change things.
Wow.
And I'm just like, yo, I can't even remember a dream. I can't even. Sometimes I can't dream.
That tells a lot about me, because I'm saying for years. I mean, I just started 2017. I never ever. So I was always interested about it. I'm like, dang, why everybody else dreaming? I don't dream. Like, that's literally how I felt. Like,
it could be you getting in touch with your getting in tap with your mental health. Unlocking some things, because I used to hate dreaming too, because some of my dreams, this could also be a you know, how to know you have mental health issues is if your dreams are vivid, and like if your dreams scare you and it brings up past trauma, then you might need to dive into that. I don't know if you need, and the thing is with mental health, a lot of people think that, well, I can't afford a therapist, so I'm just going to deal with it. No, you can talk to yourself in the mirror. Like, that's what my husband did when he was younger. And he told me, like, with my traumas that I had, he told me to say it in the mirror because I couldn't utter it to anyone but him. And literally, when you have to force yourself to say it, you are accepting it. And then you're like, okay, it happened. And then now we work on not allowing it to affect me in my life. Because a lot of dysfunction inside that we project comes from inside. You're projecting it from the inside, and you just have to figure out what it is. And sometimes it takes other people telling you. Like, if you have been like you said, like failed relationships, it's something that's there that you're not facing, or that you forget. Because sometimes stuff be so traumatic, you try to forget it, and your brain literally tries to
I am big of that. My brain is a master of that. I suppress so many things. I start putting stories. Like once you start serving, I start mixing the stories together and adding parts and removing parts. Like this is real life. And that is when you want to become healthy, then that becomes frustrating because now your reality is no longer true because you are cognitively aware enough to know for sure that you have manipulated the past to protect yourself. So that now the older Shanti is now criticizing younger Shanti because it's like, wow, you so good at what you do, but you still went the wrong way. Like now I don't even know what's going on. And I'm the master of that. And I just started to notice that last 2 years. Like I have suppressed so many things. I don't know what is real and what's not. Seriously. Like,
and that's like that's your brain protecting you because it's just like, okay, this way, if you remember it this way, then it won't have such a horrible effect. Or sometimes your brain just blocks it out because it's so traumatic.
It knows you're not ready. It's coming regardless. Yeah, it's frustrating. It's not. It's actually, it's great. Timing is a beautiful thing. And that's the point. Time doesn't exist, but to me, timing does. Don't rush your timing, one, because you don't have control over it. The universe will give you what is meant for you when it's meant for you. The highest creator. I won't cling on to labels because I want everybody here. I want this to be a safe space. I notice when you start, I do have what I have. I believe in what I believe in, but I've learned to shy away from that. So I'm just going to stick with the whole time of your highest creator, whoever you are out there listening, your highest creator will bring it to you. Trust me. So don't go running for
universe, your ancestors.
Right.
Whatever it is that you believe
Your
in.
partner them, like no, seriously, whoever, whatever. We trying to get Wade's in the barrel. Like, yeah, that's frustrating. But yeah, I don't dream. I just started dreaming. Never have dreamed before. Never took naps. Busybody. Took pride in being busybody.
Nap thing is
on the go.
The nap thing is, I didn't take, last time I took a nap, probably when I was pregnant because I was tired all the time.
You would think that's a flex because it's such an actual ignorant flex. Napping is actually very healthy, everyone. Like, but for some reason, everybody do that. Like no day is off. It's like you just let me know that you're ready to be defeated at any given time. Like no days off, no rest, no sleep. Go, all gas, no breaks. Okay. I know all about that, and I'm telling you, it really doesn't get you far. It's efficient in that moment. Keyword moment. But longevity, you can't really get impact if you don't have longevity. You're just going to be a moment, a nice, like a nice moment, like a firework. It's really entertaining, but it's really not substantial. You know.
Think about it like a car, though. Like if you got gas, right? You don't even know how much gas you got, right? And you just keep going. Eventually, you're gonna run out, and you're gonna be out of gas. That's it. You need to take them breaks. You need to go to sleep at the gas station.
Fuel up,
put gas in the car, and then go again. Come back, and you gotta know when you gonna eat.
But when the ego is so used to driving, you know, we don't stand a chance against our egos. I truly believe that, and ego is really the self belief that you create within yourself. So if you didn't know, like you can type it up to the whole definition of perceived thoughts of others. No, it's the self-belief that you have created in yourself. So your ego is how you feel about yourself. That is not how people digest you. It's not how they see you. That's how you've trained yourself to believe how they perceive you and how they treat you and how they do you and who you are and what you have. It's an ego. It is self-given, self-driven, and self-loving.
Yeah. And then on
it's really.
And then in society, you don't want to. It's not good to be weak. And weak, I think weak is the wrong word for it. It's just like you're tired. You're on E. Like you
don't exist at this point. The ego is in control. Your id, your individualism, your idealization is in the back. It doesn't even know how to lead. It's never had an opportunity to. It doesn't have any experience, no practice.
Oof. Listen, people.
Man,
when I say
you did it,
it's so important. But I feel like it's deep, and it's something a lot of people don't talk about, but it's necessary. Like, that's the reason why we made our videos. Like, we were making our videos because it's like, if I'm going through this, somebody has to be going through this, and I want to tell you, all y'all who watch it, take care. It's basically taking care of yourself, because if you don't, that's like when I watch those same YouTube videos, I'm like, I could easily be hooked on drugs. I could easily be, you know, all these people, but it's your mental that keeps you away. Like even with you didn't share your story, but the reason why you started your business is because
Right.
you know you were doing. I mean, do you want to explain that?
Oh, for sure. Well, yeah, I will. Because I was gonna say, like, I want to like keep them, you know, engaged per se with what we're doing. But I pretty much mentioned it. I kind of mentioned it in a blanket statement. Like, if you don't handle it, it will handle you. So I'm a prime example of that, which is why it came out of my mouth. So that's probably my subconscious want to say it anyway. When there's no more gimmicks left. Like there's no more gas station. It's nothing else for you to feed off of. There are no more distractions, and you're just ready to pretty much just give up from every aspect. Like you're really at a low, a rock bottom. Like my first podcast is named Below Sea Level. So just that title alone can tell you where my mentality was. Like below, like I tried to really leave myself on this earth. Like even that, like within itself, like when you become suicidal, truly, you're so strong, your ego becomes so strong, it doesn't even allow you to realize like I actually may do this because I'm thinking about it and I keep thinking about it and I feel this way and nothing's stopping me, but I'm here. So it's like when you get to that bottom point, you're either going to take a breath or you're going to leave that life. So that's definitely how I start. Yeah, I can feel being there now speaking about it. And it's something I've never spoken about, which is what I was going to touch on with Ashley is like, we're speaking about this so honestly, but I have to admit, I'm still not fully walking in the stride that I'm preaching right now. I would be lying to you all if I say that. Like I just started speaking about mental health openly. I just started therapy like a year ago. Something I didn't even share with yeah. And the most I do it in real time is on social media because it is not a topic, everybody. People don't want to start talking about mental health at the kickback, like family reunions, you know, waiting for the food. Like, so yeah, that was definitely my story. I was in school, straight from my mother's house, thought I had it all together, smelling my own self, you know, just completely playing sports, dealing with women, like just living it all up, living the dream. And then I just graduated and I felt like I had no purpose whatsoever. I felt like, and that makes sense because all my distractions were gone. I didn't have any more deadlines. Ashanti doesn't have to be up at 6 a.m. I don't have professors counting on me. I'm not on campus with all this stuff going around, these events, all these people, all this loud noise. I'm not traveling with my teammates. I don't have games. It's just, I'm back home in this in this fallacy. Yeah. My parents are at work. My little brother is older now. Like they're used to me not being there. I've been away for 5 years. I've been in school. I've been all over. I've traveled. I felt like I literally had it all. I met the woman I just knew I was going to be with for the rest of my life. It literally was picture perfect. That alone is the first sign. Like when you're saying that you're happy and you do have real accolades to prove that, but you're still reading it as this is the book. Like you still read, like you're not really living it. You keep saying the same things. Like I am beautiful. I am beautiful. But you still just looking in the mirror, just like. So yeah. That was pretty much my story. I just dropped and I just instantly, it sounds so cliche, but I fell into depression right after college. And I was so shocked my damn self because everything was great. I graduated with no problem. Like literally top of like, everything I've ever wanted as a person, it came to. And I was still miserable as ever. Like that even threw me into more depression. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like you have no reason your parents are alive. You have what is it about you, Ashanti? Why are you never satisfied? Like, what more do you need? Negative self-talk.
That's the negative self, yeah. Negatives, yeah.
Negative self-talk.
I had the same thing because, like, okay, we're degreed up. First of all, we Black women that are
to us, yeah, that's facts,
right?
And from I can not speak for her, but from where I'm from, that's not typical. Neither, I won't even get into detail because, like I said, I can't really speak. That's another thing. We're going to get to that point where this podcast can only get better if our individual lives get better. If we start going into our family and practicing it. Because I was about to say something like that's not my story to tell. But where I'm from, that's not a common thing. Mm-hmm. I didn't give myself a pat on the back for that. Because I felt guilty because I didn't want anybody to think I'm boasting. That's crazy. Like, that is crazy.
Why are we so alike?
for getting an education is a moment. And I never even admit that to myself, but I have to admit that right here. I didn't even post anything. I didn't even walk because I was just like, I don't know, like, yeah,
Ma'am.
that's a whole nother, yeah. And that's unbelievable. And people have their opinions. I say teammates a lot, guys, because I've played this. If I've been nothing, one thing that hasn't left me is me being able to physically express myself. Like I love to compete and move because I guess, as she said, when you live numb, that hit, like that fuels me. Like that reminds me, like, hey, you are alive. That you can do something great. So since 6, I've been using my complete body. So teammates have always been a lot to me because hell, they gave me things that family and friends could never, like a bond, a communication like that. That forces that camaraderie forces that. But yeah, I say to say that I didn't graduate and people were not happy about it. But I didn't care. Like I didn't want to do it. And I decided I'm at the point where I'm not going to do things that I don't want to do for the sake of others. That's how I got into the slump. Like ignoring, because this didn't just happen. I mean, I had to be unhappy when I was 13. When I can look back, it just kept, like what we said. And I guess, I don't know, I guess something about the 2017, I'm talking about straight depression. I didn't even believe in the word depression. I was that mentally clawed. I was one of those. I was one of those, like literally, like depression, bro. That's a state of mind. That's weak. Like, you a crybaby, bro. Man, my daddy said, nah. Like seriously, depressed. Boy, you better get up. Let's work. Come on, like, man. I didn't even want to have sex. That's how I knew something was wrong with me. Like, you like, I can't relate. Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, I told you some of the stuff I didn't share everything with, man.
See, yeah, I think, okay, so the next episode, I think we should touch base on, what living to other people's expectations and how that stems from childhood, because it does, right? But
right.
Second, I want to say I was the same as you because it's like I have the family, like a lot of people are married. Mm-hmm. I got, the house, we just like on the
we hit all the check marks. That check marks, let's just really put it out there, Ashley. The freaking check marks that black, and I can only say that because that's facts, that black households do, they give you a checklist of things that they never even imagined doing, and you better do it. That's it. It's not even up for debate. You have no choice. You're going to school. Not to mention, if you're a genius right now, you can be making millions and making games. No, that's not set up. That's not what we were raised to do. You're going to school. You're going to church. You're going to wallet. Like, this is just what you're going to do. And it's not really no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Or you're going to be ridiculed the entire way through mentally.
And then those are the same voices that are in your head, because when you do check those boxes and you're not happy, you're just like, well, those same voices are like, so why aren't you have this? You have this. You did this. You did this. Why are you not happy?
Not only
it's like you keep falling. You just keep falling. Them same voices just dropping you down to the pits.
And you're also looking for that recognition. That's where the self-love comes in. It's like, you made me do this. I did it. All right, now on to the next one. Like it's literally like an assembly line to the starter kit of being mentally unhealthy. And that's not to just put on black parents. I can only say that because I was only raised by black.
Right.
So, and I have a lot of real life case studies. You're not Ashley's not the only person that has confided in me, about things like this, but it's a lot of us. And I think I know it's not a color thing. I'm starting to see that it is a human being thing, like any being that's alive. And that's something that's new for me, like something that COVID showed me. Because hell, something definitely have to be wrong with the stuff going on. It's a lot of mental health is really tied to police brutality too. Like,
and then it's like everyone has their mental issues, but for some reason in the black community, it's like, you'll be okay. Like it's just a phase. You get over it. And like, and I'm not even saying like white people or like Asians are the same as blacks because they're like, you get a good job. Like you're good. Like you
toughen up. You're like,
you're happy. As long as you make the money. And I can't say for all Asians, but I'm saying like for our community, we see that it's just like, well, they had something worse happened to somebody else in the same church. So your problem is not that good. So we have that same thing in our brain, them words be like, well, I should be happy because I didn't have this happen to me. But at the same time, like, you still have to accept that you're not happy. Like, you can't, because at the same time, you're not supposed to compare yourself to anybody else. So it's just like, what also, this is a lot.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
What you were saying was, you're not perfect, and we're not perfect people, but I think that's perfect for us to not be perfect, because if we were like, you know how, like, I guess psychologists aren't really like telling you what to do. They're just like guiding you through. But it was like,
psychologists pick your brain. That's pretty much
basically.
Because once you choose to go psychology, you want to dump anyway. Now you just you convince yourself that you found somebody to dump on it because it's unbiased. That's really all that is.
Right. But I think it's perfect that people are seeing the struggles. Like, they can physically see, like, we are there. Like, we still have the same issues, because it's more attainable when you see someone that's still struggling with you versus it's like all the way up here on this pedestal.
Right.
Like, it's like Kim Kardashian say, "Hey guys, pay attention to your mental health."
Because now it's not relevant. It's not relevant now. That's really, like, you really want everything to be relevant. You want it to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. Like, so it's not timely, girl. You're literally on a different stratosphere. So we mentally can't even agree, because you don't know how it feels to sit in Publix or sit in Walmart and wait 3 hours to just get in the line, because nobody gives a damn if you're shopping at Walmart and they have 30 lanes but only 2 open. And if you dare ask, cussed out. So no, I totally agree. Which is why B. Simone suffered with all the backlash. No, it's serious. Like, I'm not even trying to touch back, but that's what that is. That's another thing of self-love. It's like, we forget, and I say we, all of us, that these people are still human beings, because they are. But we really forget that because, ego lets us see other things.
That's real. Like, celebrities we are 2 regular people. We just regular Joes that happen to go to the
Just imagine that. That's why a lot of them on these drugs. Like, I was just a nobody and on drugs. Like, that's the only difference. It's the only difference. No, yeah, I have no filter, guys. If you don't know, if you don't know, you will find that out. No, but that's true. Like, seriously, if somebody gets shot right here at Wendy's, nobody's gonna. If Lil Baby, God, please don't. But if another artist gets shot, everybody and their mom are going to care if they know this person. And that is uncanny to me. Like, you went to high school with this guy. But it's like, this person I played through these headphones. And that becomes real life trauma for you when your family, people like myself and that, are dying right in front of your eyes. It's pretty interesting.
Whew.
Yeah. No, it's a real thing. It really is.
Ooh, that's a lot. This first of all, this episode.
Hey, you know what I've been stuck saying? Because I was hanging around like one of my exes, unfortunately, COVID. Guys, don't follow that. Actually, I didn't. I just met up with them one time. But she was like, "Woo Chale," and that's just been stuck in my head the whole time. Like, "Woo Chale." So I feel like that's how you was feeling. You're like, "Wow, this is heating up." No, it's true though. I guess that's something that was in my subconscious. Like, yeah, that bothers me. How it's like, and I get it. Like you said, with all this stuff going on, George Floyd, Ahmaud, but we've always had a George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery right in front of us, and we never gave a damn. All of us. I'm not talking about blacks. Everybody, human beings. Like, it's not 10 of y'all who can't tell me you walk by watching somebody literally get their ass beat by a regular person, whether it was school, church, outside. Like somebody getting beat, or somebody, cars broke down, and you convince yourself, I don't have time to stop. I can't stop. I can't do that. Or a dog roaming in the street. Like, yeah, this is little scale. I'm not comparing a man being murdered in the street to a dog, but it's that accountability, like what you spoke over. But we don't have time for that because, self. Like,
that's true. Because certain instances, like, say, like you said,
including myself.
Someone else, getting murdered. It's just like, well, what can I do? Like, I don't think I have that power to do that, right? So if someone getting jumped, if I jump in, I'm gonna get jumped.
You're gonna get hurt, right? Your ego versus your ear, it's in numbers. When it's convenient with us, then it matters. So let's say, okay, so you said that if you jump in, like, you'll get hit. A 100%. That more likely yes than no. But what about if you and somebody went to a store and you realized that it was a discount and y'all didn't get y'all discount? Y'all going back in there 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not, oh no, let's not all go because then they're going to feel pressure. It's like, yeah, let's all go so they feel pressure. I say all this to say numbers. Yeah, you will get hit, but now they won't get hit as much. And that may strike somebody else. Now they won't get hit as much. Like, that's what fighting back is, not,
That's true. That's true. And then I think it helps that, like, in the day and age we're in, it's because like someone like me or you, if we post something, it's only going to reach like a certain amount of people, unless it like that one thing that goes
pop. Right.
But if it's something a celebrity, something about a celebrity, or something like a big name, or something that's like George Floyd, I mean, I guess the person who posted it was probably a regular person, but that was so striking that it didn't, hit so much numbers. But I appreciate it because now as Black people, we are now united like never before, because now it's like, listen, we can't beef with each other if we already got an enemy beefing with us. So I think that what you're saying is right. Numbers is everything. Like all the people that's protesting, all the peaceful protesting at that, we're not starting those fires, okay? But the peaceful protesters, it's amazing to see, because like just like back when Martin Luther King and then was protesting, it's like we finally have that back. Like we're not, even though we still be beefing in our own community, but like
we're just not as silent.
Yeah, like we not. Enough is enough. Like it's only so much.
My only, and I don't want to say fear, but my only qualm with the late, unity of Blacks is, I believe, and I say I believe, so guys, relax, because you say one word when they go off. I believe that a lot of it is embedded in hate, and that kind of fears me for the movement of it. It's like, yeah, it's hate now, I believe, to a certain extent. It's a lot of hate. It's like, I'm not even giving you a chance anymore. Like if you have on the, a specific uniform, or it's a certain tone and you didn't come a certain way, it's like when your mom just fed up with you, like your mom was just fed up that day, like you just got popped in the mouth before you even spoke, like she just fed up. I feel like that's what I see a lot.
But that's what we see with the police too, though.
Yeah.
So it's just like
that's what I'm saying. It's like it's no side to choose. All I see is fed up, which shows me no solution. It's just going to continue to be, friction.
The issue is that police are fed up for a job that they chose, and they're targeting a specific race or color.
Using that power, yeah.
And I don't think, even with the protester side, I think it just depends on what you see, because like some people are, we have our allies. Like it's not really hate; it's just like fed up with, being mistreated as a people. I think it all depends on how, like, what you see, because sometimes there are some people that are like, there are some Black people that generally don't like white people because of the trauma that we have from them or received from them. But there's also us that, have our white allies and have, we understand that all white people aren't bad, just like how we understand all cops aren't bad. So it all depends. I just hope that
and not just Blacks. I mean, everybody, like everybody who has hate in their heart, I'm saying it's out. And it's like very like, wow. It's like you got people who literally restaging the George Floyd scene. Like
I saw that. And I'm like, how sick.
So that's what I mean by hate. So not just Blacks. I mean, like this has just brought out a lot of hate. Like in my 25 years.
That's what you mean. Okay.
This is the most hate I've seen worldwide. And I believe that's something that we all should be like having a qualm about, because that's not, nobody's going to win with that. Like, it's like when you have the ability to host hate, that's a whole nother entity.
And the thing is, most of the hate we see is from the enemy. Like, you have people kneeling, you have people saying, well, there was one judge that said, people were like, Black Lives Matter. He was like, well, not to me, they don't.
And it goes deeper.
Taking down the stuff, the Black Lives Matter posters. And I'm just like,
and the enemy is deeper than the skin tone. The real enemy is people who do not love themselves, tying that back to mental health. Like, seriously, if you can host hate, you don't love yourself, first off. Remember
Think
that.
about it. Racism started because black freed slaves started doing better than their counterparts.
I love that word, how you use that. That's nice.
And it literally stemmed from there, like, oh, y'all not gonna be doing better than us. Y'all was just slaves. So you know what? We finna make life hard for y'all. That's
I've already given you a label,
baseline.
right? But see, that's what we said earlier about like the strong black women. Stop allowing people to place labels on you. Like, seriously though. Because
they had the power to light stuff on fire, like get rid of black communities, like
snatch up their family.
The only black community or black business area, I guess you could say, that they burnt down. Like, there's so many places up north that they got rid of and called it N-word towns, and like try to make it seem like they were, you know, like living in shambles. And like further research showed that black people were living good. Like, I think it was in Manhattan. And they decided to build a park there because they didn't want black people to be prospering. So they told them they got to go vacate and build a park. Every single time we do good, there's people hating, like literal haters. Like, why are you hating this bad? It stems from hate, and I don't know how the heck it trickles down, and all the history I done learned in the last 2 weeks.
Not the last 2 weeks. See, that's another thing, guys. Be patient with yourself. I know that's like the instinct to want to get information, but that can become unhealthy too. Stay away from all this, new fast learning. It's like healthy weight loss. You want to take your time doing it because it can become overwhelming. Like, take a break. Stay off the news. Stay off the feed. Stop reading so much. Just reattach back to your reality, because this is our reality. Don't get me wrong. What's happening in Chicago, I feel that. What's happening here in Miami, I'm just saying you have to touch back into your reality, because you can only be helped when you're helping yourself.
Take a break. In other words, take a break. Get
seriously.
off media for it.
Because I felt her 2 weeks, and I'm talking to you too. Take a break. Talking about all this history you learned in 2 weeks.
Listen, I knew, because slavery is bad, but the stuff on top of that after slavery that happened, or even during slavery, like forcing people to work for you is bad. Whipping people, lynching is bad. But like the using black kids as alligator bait, and like the baseball game with the. Listen, I don't understand how people are so cruel, and like I'm not sure how like God ain't
mental health
strike them down already. But
oh Lord, no, I didn't even mean to use your name. Yeah,
take a break from social media. And on a positive note, let's go positive. Did you know?
Because not that was negative. Some stuff you have to talk about. Nothing will be taboo on here. We won't shy away from anything. That's why we said it's a safe space circle. We're going to talk about the uncomfortable things sometimes. We really are. Nothing is negative. It's just about getting in those uncomfortable positions so we can thrive in comfortable behavior. Like, that's really what it is. I think that's how we got there as a nation. Sweeping stuff under the rug, taking that culture of what goes on in the house. No, it don't stay in the house. I'm not sweeping anything under the rug. Like, you're going to have to sit and have those uncomfortable conversations with people.
Yeah, so basically slavery was started, not slavery, racism started because of hate.
Self-hate, I would say.
Self-hate. Yeah. And you're mad at yourself.
And then projection.
A black person doing better than you. And then you be like, you know what? Can I share some stuff I learned? One more thing.
All right, one more thing, and then we going to just close it up and just give us some nice tidbits. Because Sister
it's a lot of history.
I hear about to go. Yeah,
it's a lot of history. So
go ahead and give it to them. Tell them
black people were
check it out. You know? Tell them the link too, if you remember. Like, find a link after you tell them, because we want to try to fact check everything. Like we want to tell them about the James Morrison thing about the doctors. So make sure you see all that stuff.
You got good memory, because I would not remember that.
Yeah, no, that stood out to me. I'm gonna look that up. That's crazy. No, listen here.
One more thing, right?
For sure.
So black people were able to vote, right?
Okay.
And white people were mad because they knew that we wasn't gonna vote for what they wanted, so they were literally killing us. So that we could not vote in the big numbers. So that's it.
Literally eliminating
killing us. Like, we had black council members they were getting rid of.
Like eliminating the The threat for change. That's what that sounds like. I'm not aware of that. I'm sure she'll send it to me after this.
Follow me, everyone, Ashley Exo Simone, because my stories have been a little scamp because I haven't been able to find like all my information, and I also have been taking breaks. But when I get back on, I post everything on my story, stuff I learned, stuff I think you should know. And because a lot of people were like, wow, I didn't know our history was whitewashed like that. Like, it is real whitewashed. But
Wow.
in other news, did you know Beethoven
Yeah, it was black. Yeah.
Hold on, wait a minute. Wait, did you know that before this, or just like?
No, I just found out.
Bro.
And I never really cared about the color. I just really honestly wasn't into classical music. And me knowing he black, I'm pretty sure that it won't push me into classical music. But I can't say never because I love music. So I never even gave classical a chance because I don't sit still long enough to enjoy, soft symphony, things like that. I'm just getting into meditation. But yeah, I see all the memes. People turning all the songs now into, I saw that.
Yo, Beethoven and Bach got me through college. That's what I used to
study.
I used to study to it. I'm like, I know I got a connection somehow. The whole time he was black.
Yeah, I never. I should check. I will check it out because I have to meditate after this. So I'm gonna check that out. But I saw all over the internet. I don't know where it came from, but it went big.
Twitter.
Like
Twitter. They posted pictures. And
Twitter
everything.
Do it to you. Twitter. But see, even that sometimes, and that's a whole other subject. Like getting into the media of message. Like I don't believe in coincidences. Like how we just finding that out. Like how did that just came surface? Like yeah, I know somebody just said it, but the manipulation control of social media is so strong. I mean, I really do. I really think they just like to keep pulling at our emotion in every way, good, bad, emotional, divide. Oh, unify, love. Okay, no, LGBTQ, everybody love everybody. It's
a lot.
So much misconception and so much pulling and distractions. Yeah.
That's why you got to take a break. And this is going to be your break from this podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. Our first ever Hidden Emotions podcast. This was an amazing time. Is that your cat?
Yeah, he's outside. Because listen, so you saw the look like, what are you doing? But before she finishes closing out, it's been my pleasure. A happy co-host. Thanks for adding me to this vision. You know what I mean? She made it Hidden Emotions. I reaffirmed her that this will be a safe space circle, literally. So everything is just working out and aligning. We literally came up with the name and motto, and like in the span of 15 messages, she said name, some motto. So this is here to stay. We're not going to fluke on this. I know a lot of y'all. I'm just going to say that because a lot of people do that. Statistics say when someone make a podcast or start, a partnership, after 7 episodes, they die down. Ashley, so we're not going to let that be us. I'm saying this here right now, just put us out. And if it do, oh well, we obviously won't be here to get y'all backlash. But closing out, yes. Ashanti Stroman, like I said, CEO and founder of Ground to the Green. You can follow me on all platforms, Facebook, LinkedIn, SoundCloud. I have a song out. I have another podcast on Apple Podcasts. It's called Speak on It Stroman. I can't stand it.
You got a song out.
So, yeah, I made a song when my grandma passed because that really just took me way like even below. I thought I was out of it, like below sea level. It happened 2017, and then my grandmother passed right in 2018. So it was a whole thing. I'm telling you, I really want to say the last 5 years, but because I'm starting to think higher, that's what the healing is. The last 3 years before these last 2 years have just been complete hell, to be honest. Like just stripping. It's like thing after thing, like my grandma, a car accident, breakup, So yeah, I made a song to a cover of Hustler Music by Lil Wayne. It wasn't planned at all. It's just one of those nights. And I was just like, you know what? Let me just get this off of me because I never really dealt with death. But when my grandmother passed, I had no choice. Just like that. It just literally hit me like a freight train.
That's another episode we could talk about because I got it.
Right. So literally, yeah, follow your girl everywhere. Twitter, I'm there. You can see wellness, fitness videos, food tutorials because I'm a personal trainer, a wellness coach, and a mindset enthusiast. So, yep. Allure of Nature, you're going to mention that? You should.
Yeah. I didn't close out yet.
Okay, I'm going to put her out. Since you wanted to put me out. So, yes, guys, thank you. Bring that ass back. I'm playing.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Hidden Emotions. I hope you enjoyed, both myself and my co-host.
Yes.
Once a week we're gonna try to do this. Because
let us know what you want to hear too. Like,
yeah, let us know
stay
certain
active.
topics, and if we've experienced it, we will hit it. Obviously, if we haven't, then we can't say nothing about it, sis.
Right.
But sure.
But you will be hearing from us though.
True. Yes. Follow me on Instagram, Ashley Exo Simone. Same as my YouTube, and then my business. I have a online skincare business targeting acne-prone skin and overall skin health. I just came up with a motto for the business. I'm gonna let you hear it.
You gonna drop it on here? Look, I won't be the first. Oh, okay.
Okay. So, Allure of Nature: glow, grow. Hold on.
Maybe the intensity, you had me like, oh yeah.
Glow, Allure of Nature: glow, grow until acne has to go.
Love it.
Bars.
Yeah,
it's still in the works, but you know.
It's effective, it's simple, and it's catchy. That's all you need with a motto. Like, seriously, my motto: ready, set, now, go green. No excuses. Jump right into it. Like, change your lifestyle right now. Like, that's really how I came up with it. That's another tidbit. If you guys think
that does stick with me. When you start a video, you say, "Now let's get right into it."
Yeah, that always. You want your catchphrases to always be simple, effective, and catchy. It has to be natural. You can't plot the name. Has to come about. Like, that's how like her and I were texting. I'm like, that's how she came up with Hidden Emotion. I was like, Safe Space Circle. A lot of people feel like they can't even start the business because they don't have a name yet. No, you start doing the business. I'm prime example. That's why you start doing the business and the name will come to you. Trust me. Trust that. That's pretty much it, guys.
Okay, so yeah, allureofnature.com is where you can order your products. Allure of Nature LLC on Instagram and Allure of Nature on Facebook. And we have the Acne Fighting Duo. If you ever have any questions, please feel free to email me or DM me because I'm always here. Customer service is A1 over here, okay?
My lighting is bad, but I'm using it. So next time, make sure my lighting good so I can show y'all the glow.
She's on the website. I'm about to add you to the website.
There it is. Okay. Because I don't promote anything that's not true. I'm not going to confess something out my mouth because that's just going to ruin my brand. We are partners here, but we're still individual business. So I'm not going to back her because she's my friend. No, because my business is my purpose.
That just shows that it's real.
So if I stand behind something, I mean what I say. And like I said, I say what I mean. So y'all need to get at it seriously. Because, you know, your confidence and mental health, it starts here. Really, like, this is your face. It's important. You should if you don't take care of anything, start with your face. Please, my friends. Seriously. Stay fresh, stay blessed.
Yeah, so hormonal acne, which is what I have, PCOS. If you don't know what it is, look it up. But it's a hormonal imbalance. It's in my skincare for hormonal acne, dry skin, oily skin, normal combination, everything. We balance everything out. So hit that up. And then I just want to say thank you. I feel like you're the perfect person to be on this podcast because you have words that I don't be having in my head.
Oh gosh, don't do that. I'm happy you brought me into your vision because, you know, you didn't have to come to me with this. Literally, I wasn't expecting that. That was our first time, you know, like we stated earlier, speaking, you know, at least in person. Like, we've been, you know, communicating on Instagram. And she's like, honestly, I didn't believe it was going to go through. Because you know how many people say that? Like, oh, yeah, let's do a podcast. And I was like, okay. But no, she contacted me. We came up with a name, and now we're here. So I'm happy to be here. Happy to be a part of this. I can't wait to see what this grows into. Like, I'm excited, genuinely.
But told me that you were like you would be a perfect person to do it with is because you were like, hey, do you want to do IG Live? And not a lot of people be trying to do that, sit down and talk. We in a text heavy era right now, so
interpersonal communication.
Yeah. And if you down to do that, and plus you the first person I ever knew to send the voice notes, and I'm like, hold on.
Wow, are you serious?
So at first I was just texting you back, and I'm like, let me do this.
Yeah, because sometimes the typing be too much, and nobody may not want to admit it, but a lot of times, for me to be such a great communicator, I have poor communication skills, meaning sometimes I'll be wanting to say so much, but I don't feel like typing it. So I just chop it up to some, you know, nice little cut and draw thing. So yes, I'm a voice note. I'll be like all in the gym because I want to talk to you. I don't want to have the communication because I don't feel like typing. So yeah, that's why I was like, yeah. And I said, let's get on live because I just feel like I keep seeing your videos and they align with mine, and I'm like, I know her, I support what she's doing. Let's get some content going up. But you turned it. I planted the seed, and she turned it into a whole tree. And now, before you know it,
Listen,
we about to have a nature. Like, this is Nature Queen meets Allure of Nature. Like, that's real. If you go down pages, you'll see that. It's no cap in this. Like, I be literally out in nature doing God knows whatever. Yes, flipping and running and just with the animals. Like, I love it. And she's literally taking the soil and embedding it and planting seeds in all households worldwide. So it's like, you're going to get it all here.
Yeah. So follow Ashanti, follow me, follow the business. Do all that stuff. I'll put it in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video if you enjoyed it. And if you don't like it, do not hit dislike. Hit like, okay? Comment what you feel. Comment your feelings.
Right. If you don't like it, let us know about it. Because at the end of the day, that's still traction. I'm going to just keep it a buck with you. Like, if you hate me, tell me to my face right here, please. Do it.
Right.
All love, guys. All love.
Right. Thank you. And I think that's it. I don't really know how to close out, but
we'll come up. I'm going to call you after this. You know we about to go. If you free, so we can just like work an intro and an outro at least next week. Yeah. Hang this up, actually.
All right. Bye.
Yay. Do I leave?